Okay, grade 8, now we're going to be talking about triangular prisms, right? A triangular prism is made up of 2 triangles and 3 rectangles. What do I mean by that? You can see this shape here. We have a triangle on this side and a triangle on that side at the back. This dotted line indicates that it's behind the shape, and if it were a solid object, we wouldn't be able to see it. And then there's a rectangle, this big one here. There's one at the bottom and there's one at the side there. So a triangle has a base and a height as well as a length, right? Or the triangle prism, rather. So I folded this out now. How have I folded this out? This is my heights over here. You can see the dots. Those are the heights. So this dot here, I folded this onto the ground over here to create this triangle over here. There's the height. It has a length. You can quite easily see there's the length. It has a base. You can quite also easily see the base. And this is the object. Remember, here's our one rectangle, 2 rectangles, 3 rectangles. Here's 1 triangle and 2 triangles. The triangles are exactly the same shape, just different orientation, and the rectangles can all be different. If I were to put this another way, I could put it like this. Do you see how this works? If I cut this out, if you drew something like this on paper and tried to cut it out, you could create a triangular prism. Do you see what I've done here? This is now 1, 2, 3, exactly the same, but here instead we've connected the triangles there. This would still fold because that side is still equal to that side is still equal to that. Okay. So what is the surface area of a triangular prism? If you don't know what a surface area is, it's the total area of all the outside sides of the triangular prism. So we have this here. And I fold it out again, like I've shown you previously. We have our 1, 2, 3 rectangles over here, and our 2 triangles. Now this here is the surface area of this triangle because we fold it all on the ground. There's S1, S2, and S3. Those are the 3 length sides of our triangle. And that's the same as S1 on the bottom, S2 at the top, and S2 is also on the side there, and S3 along these sides here. Do you see how these match together? There's 2 lines here where those touch. So what is the area of a triangle? The area of a triangle is simply, as you know, half base times height. Okay, that's quite easy. We're now just talking a 2D triangle. So there's 2 triangles that are always the same, right? If it's a triangular prism, it's always the same. So the area of the 2 triangles are 2 times a half base times height. What is 2 times a half? You know that that is 1, so that cancels out to make it base times height. So what are the area of the 3 rectangles? This area here is S1 times L. You can see that over there. This area 2 is S2 times L. That's over there. And this one here is S3 times L. And that's this one over here. The L is a common factor, so we can take it out. And L, S1 plus S2 plus S3. So the surface area of a rectangular prism is the base times the height of the 2 triangles, and then the length times S1, S2, and S3. That easy. So what is the volume of a triangular prism? We have our shape again. The area of a triangle, right? We're talking about this triangle here. We've just done it, is half base times height. And what is the length of a prism? That is L. So the volume of a triangular prism is as easy as length times a half base times height, which we put as a half base times height times L. Okay, let's go into some examples. A triangular prism has a length of 12 meters and sides of 5 meters, 3 meters, and 4 meters. Draw and label the triangular prism. Okay, 5 meters, 3 meters, and 4 meters. We know that that is our right-angled special triangle. So we got a triangle over here. It's a right angle. There's a 5 along here. There's the 3 along here and the 4 along there. And we're going to say it has a length of 12 meters. Okay, these are all in meters. Don't forget your units. And there we've drawn and labeled the triangle. Okay, let us now calculate the surface area of the prism. Right? How are we going to do that? The surface area of a triangle prism, right, is equal to the base times the height of the triangle plus the length L times S1 plus S2 plus S3. This is convenient because it's a right angle triangle and we know the base and the height. So what is the base times the height? The base is 3 meters times 4 meters. That's 3 multiplied by 4 plus the length, which is 12 meters, multiplied by S1 plus S2 plus S3. What are these S's? These are the sides of the triangle, even though we've already used them here. So the sides of the triangle are 4 plus 3 plus 5. Okay. So what now, we're going to come back over here, is 3 times 4 is 12, plus 12 multiplied, what's 4 plus 3 is 7, plus a 5 is 12, right? What is 12 plus 12 times 12? 12 times 12, let's write 12. 12 times 12 is 144, right? Plus another 12 is 166. And that is our answer. Is that finished? No, we've got to go meters squared. Okay, calculate the volume of the prism. Okay, the volume of a prism, a triangular prism, is simply equal to a half base times height. What is a half base times height? That is our triangle volume, or area, sorry, multiplied by the length. That easy. What's a half base times height? A half, 3, times a height of 4, multiplied by the length of 12. Okay. What is 3 times 4? That's 12. And we can say, so let's multiply these two together and then say a half of 12. So that's 3 times 4 is 12. A half of 12 is multiplied by 6. What is 6 multiplied by 12? That is simply 60 plus 6 times 12 is 12. 6 times 2 is 12. So 60 plus 12 is 72. Is that finished? No, meters cubed. And that is the volume of our prism. Let's do another example. This should be example number 2. A triangular prism has a length of 1.7 meters and a triangle with an area of 2 meters cubed on the end. Okay, that's area, right? Draw and label the prism. So we have a triangle. It can look like anything. We're just going to draw a basic triangle, and it has a length of 1.7 meters. So we know that L is equal to 1.7 meters. All we know about this area here, we're going to call it A, is the area is equal to 2 meters, oops, not 3, 2 meters squared. Squared, eh? So it's an area, surface area, not a volume. And that is okay for how you draw in your shape. So if we want to calculate the volume of our prism, how are we going to do that? We're going to simply say it is the area, because remember, what is a half base times height? Area of a triangle is equal to a half base times height, right? The volume of a triangular prism is equal to a half base times height times L. What do we know the area of this triangle is equal to? We know that that is equal to 2 meters squared. So we can sub that figure in there as 2 meters. So we're going to say that's 2 multiplied by our length of 1.7. And what is that is equal to? 2 times 1.7. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 0.7 is 1.4. So 2 plus 1.4 is 3.4. Is that it? No, meters cubed. And that is our answer right there. Well done, grade 8. We're now going to move on to some conversions of 3D shapes. And then we're going to lastly look at some problem solving. Let's go for it.